Greetings and welcome to Alonzo Bass Podcast. I'm your host, Alonzo Bass, and of course, today we're joined by another excellent episode. We have Ms. Alicia Lafoucade, founder of See My Ability Awards. Of course, we are highlighting World Down Syndrome Day that's coming up on March the 21st. Was it this year and every year? Of course,
Yes,
Miss
every year.
every year, yeah. So once again, welcome. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing pretty good. A little bit hot today, but I'm doing pretty good.
All right, all right. Well, good. Good is great. Good is great.
It is great in
Yes,
my
yes.
world, especially.
Well, I really appreciate the time. All right, so let's get into your backstory really quickly. So you from Trinidad originally?
I'm originally from Trinidad and Tobago. Yes,
Okay, okay. What city or town? What town or city
I'm
originally?
originally from Five Rivers in Aruca.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah.
my family live in Arima, but I'm
Oh,
a
what?
Five Rivers girl.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's something grounds now. I went to
Yeah, look
five.
at that.
Yeah, I went to Five
We have
Junior.
cross paths.
Yeah, man, 1990 to 1993.
Oh wow! So I
Yeah.
may have seen you. I left in '91, I think.
Okay.
Head over to St. Augustine, so we may have crossed paths. And I went to Five Rivers Junior Secondary as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Nice. Nice.
yes, yes. One of my best schools, favorite schools.
Yeah. 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 Wow. Small world. Okay.
Small
So
world.
so you moved to the U.S. in what year exactly?
About 25 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, time is
Mm,
going.
yeah,
Time is
yeah,
definitely going. And I've just transitioned. I started off on the East Coast, and now I'm down south in Texas,
yeah,
which is the
yeah,
best move for me. It's home.
yeah. You love the warm weather out there.
I love the community. Actually, it's quite where I live particularly. It
Mm,
reminds me very much of Trinidad because everyone knows everyone, and it's a
mm,
very community-like atmosphere of living here.
yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. So let's talk about See My Ability Awards. Of course, you're the founder
Yeah.
of. I think the official name is the Trinity Lillian Awards. Give us a little background on what was the inspiration behind that whole movement.
Yes. So 6 years ago, after having my daughter, who's going to be 10 in October,
Okay.
my daughter was diagnosed with Down syndrome at 14 weeks, and
Okay.
getting home after 3 months in hospital,
Mm,
I was having to have therapists at the house, special equipment technicians come in because she wasn't able to breathe on her own properly, and feeding was also an issue.
okay.
So I was introduced to people having to support our family living. Life
Okay.
became very different. Our new normal was one that had to come with people to guide us. And during that time, of course, it's adjustment,
Yeah.
not only for myself, but for my children and, the entire running of the family.
Yeah.
And these therapists coming into our world were so instrumental in a, a palatable transition
Okay.
into our new normal.
Mm,
And there was no judgment. At no time was there any judgment with any of them. And they would allow me to have a shower, they would allow me to eat and just be myself for the time in which they were at my home.
okay.
And one day I was just thinking, I'm like, because they came with their own stories, they had their own lives. One
Yeah.
of our therapists was actually going through chemotherapy at the time.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
everyone had something. I am a talker, and, I really interacted. People fuel me. So
Yeah.
conversation is very rich, in my world.
Okay.
And I discovered stuff about them, and I started thinking, I'm like, man, these people need to be celebrated.
Yes.
They need to be celebrated. And not
Mm,
only do they need to be celebrated, their families and their co-workers, their peers, they
yes.
need to know what difference they are making in
Mm,
other people's lives. And that's where the idea was birthed. Birthed is so not a word. It was birthed.
yeah.
um, and it went from there. I contacted the supervisors for our therapists, and she loved it. She immediately said yes. I wanted
Mm,
to be able to recognize them in front of others, their peers, and
yeah.
she was having a um, she was having a staff meeting, coincidentally, in
Mm.
October. The first one I did in October, which is World Down Syndrome Awareness Month.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I
October.
did the first one in October and then decided to do it on World Down Syndrome Day, March 21st, after that. And the rest is history. We started with one, and now we are heading into year six next Saturday, March
Okay.
20th.
Okay. Mm.
So that's where it began.
Nice. Well, congratulations. Um,
Thank
you're welcome. You did mention 14 weeks. Is that 14 weeks during your pregnancy that
you.
you were you
I
knew
was
that you
diagnosed, yes,
okay, okay,
at 14 weeks. I usually have very difficult pregnancies. I'm a high risk pregnancy person.
okay.
And so it wasn't concerning to me. I had done, because of my age, also, they did the extra blood work to, find out if there's anything going on. And of course, it came back with a diagnosis of possibly having Down syndrome. So my
Yes.
doctor came in. Unfortunately, he did not present the news very well. At that
Yes.
point, at 14 weeks, I had already seen her. I didn't know I was having a girl. I didn't want to know the gender for this child.
Yes.
At 14 weeks, I had already seen her little arms and legs and, her body. She was there.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he came in and just, gave the alternative of either having an abortion or possibly dying.
Yes.
That was it. And I was like, I'm going to go with having the baby.
Yes.
It's up to God whether I live or die.
Yeah, according to the stats, like I did some reading as well.
Yeah.
According to the stats, it shows on average it's a 50, I guess it's like a 50 of the 60-40% that most women usually, you know,
Yeah.
end their pregnancy
Yeah.
when they get this news, so to speak.
Diagnosis. Yes.
Um, yeah, what was the decision to go forward? You know?
There was no question. There was never a question. Even
Mm,
with the harshness in which the news was delivered,
yeah.
I knew I was having this child.
Okay.
This
Okay.
pregnancy was also very different. When I
Yeah.
became pregnant, there was an incredible feeling of love.
Okay.
I
Nice.
could not explain it. I
Mm,
started loving extra hard.
yeah.
I felt love growing inside of me. I felt extra love for my family.
Yeah.
I was just love. I felt blooming happening.
Mm,
So when I got the news, I there was no question. I'm like, no, I'm not having an abortion. I'm
yeah.
having a baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
So that's what we did.
yeah. It says typically here that Down syndrome is a common genetic condition caused by an extra chromosome 21 or
Yes.
trisomy 21,
Yes.
leading to intellectual disabilities and so forth.
Yes.
And usually it's like I say, it's a learning opportunity for me as well. It's
Yes.
usually it's no fault of the parent. Put it that way. It's nothing that's genetic.
No.
Has to do a lot with science. You know.
It has to do a
Um.
lot with God.
Yeah.
It has to do a lot with God choosing you.
Mm,
That's what it has to do with.
okay.
Science for me has no part in this. It's God choosing you to be a
Mm,
parent of this child. And it is such an amazing gift. I
yeah.
cannot describe it. People will
Mm,
usually, when they meet us for the first time, especially now that her alopecia has fully engulfed her entire body. So she has
okay.
no hair, no eyebrows, no hair on her head, no eyelashes. Um,
Mm,
and, people, human nature, they
yeah.
would immediately say, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Yeah.
what do you? Is something wrong with you? Are you okay? What are you sorry for?"
Yeah.
Because she's a gift and she's joy and
Mm,
she's an inspiration and she motivates and she's unconditional with her love.
yes.
Unconditional. How many people can say they have unconditional love in their life all day, every day?
Yeah.
I get to
Yeah.
see
True.
that.
True.
I get to see that.
Get that. Yeah. Nice.
So the extra chromosome is extra love, extra joy, all the extras. And of course, you have the moments, you have the extra moments because Down syndrome does come with stuff that will have you, like losing all your hair.
Yeah.
Okay. She's dealing with thyroid issues. She has Graves' disease, and right now we have a flare up of stuff that's going on. So it's
Mm.
been very challenging, but we are doing it because we have. First of all, I don't see, quote unquote, disability as a defining factor of who she is,
Yes.
and we go with the flow. We know, okay, we have a flare up, so we put things in place. When you get
Okay.
a common cold or you get a broken toe, you don't, lose track of your whole life.
Yeah.
You do what is there to get you through the day. So that's
Mm.
the same way when we have a flare up with stuff, we go to our necessary specialists, we, get with therapists, and we do what we got to do. Sometimes that means staying in bed for the day.
Okay.
Sometimes that
Okay.
means going to several doctor appointments and having blood taken. And
Mm.
sometimes that means going to the hospital. Like she had to have her thyroids, her tonsils and her adenoids out at a pretty
Okay.
young age. That was
Mm.
surgery.
Yeah.
That was surgery also because she's not able to verbalize herself.
Okay.
Well, she's still developing verbally. So
Yes.
that was challenging because her uh, ability to speak was not as clear as it is now. So when she
Okay.
had that surgery, if anyone has had tonsils and adenoids out, it is uncomfortable, and you need to have ice pops and do stuff to soothe your throat
Mm.
area.
Mm.
She wasn't able to articulate when things were hurting. So we had to be very observant
Okay.
and, be relying on the doctors and the nurses to say, well, she should be experiencing this at this time. And this is what, we'll give her the pain meds here, we'll give her some ice pops here. So, you just work with your situation.
Yeah. Yeah. You mentioned alopecia and Graves' disease, and is this common with folks
It
that has
is.
Down syndrome?
Yes, heart
Mm.
disease is also a very common thing that you will hear.
Mm.
One of the families that is going to be a part of our Down Syndrome Awards this year, her
Okay.
daughter does deal with heart problems. They've had
Mm.
several situations concerning her heart, and unfortunately, she has even seen her daughter coded a couple times, but
Mm.
came right back. So you will, thyroid issues are a very big part of our world. So you always have to be on top of it. And this is where the good team of doctors and specialists come in. You know,
Okay.
your
Mm.
support team, your village. This is really a environment that teaches you and reminds you that a village is what you need.
Yeah.
Village living is what we do. It
Mm.
takes me back to my childhood.
Yeah.
Growing up in caregivers, my village raised me.
Mm.
My village raised me, and it was
Okay.
beautiful. So I've been being prepared to be the mother of a child with Down syndrome since my early years.
Okay. Okay. Um, what do you have to say to a parent who may be experiencing, this whole process
Mhm.
as what are some of the support systems that's out there, like organizations, like what's the first step? Somebody has just a newborn baby. Let's start with that, and they're not sure what
What to
the
do?
next move. What the next move should be. What to
Yes.
do. Yeah.
I encourage, first of all, silence. Take a deep
Mm.
breath, switch off your phone, switch off your computer.
Mm.
If you have a husband, and if you have older children, or if this is your first child,
Yeah.
I suggest silence.
Mm.
And from that silence, you go into prayer. You ask the Father, you have chosen me for this exact role. It means that you have everything organized and prepared for me to make it through.
Mm.
You have everything. Give me the silence in my brain and my heart that I may be able to hear you clearly so that
Yeah.
I can take my next steps. With
Mm.
your husband, you sit and you discuss in real time and as honest as you can be. How
Yeah.
do you feel? What is your genuine feeling?
Mm.
And once you guys are able to be honest with yourself, if you need to cry, have your moment to cry. This is quite big news, okay?
Yeah.
Everyone
Mm.
handles this news differently, but
Mm.
there's a great support system on the outside.
Yeah.
There are several mom groups on social media in your city where you reside, or if not your city, somewhere close to your city. There
Yes.
is a Down Syndrome Association, a network, a group that meets that you can go to.
Okay. Okay.
There is always one that's close by.
Mm.
Your choose your doctors wisely. Your
Mm.
pediatrician. From your pediatrician, they will guide you as to the right specialist to go
Okay.
to, because you
Okay.
will need to have certain specialists in your child's life. All
Mm.
right. And you want to be able to be comfortable with these guys. These are your team. This is your village.
Yes.
This is your village. If you are not already a member of a church, find one, join it, and get into a support group. Get into mom's groups where you can just go and be yourself, have some coffee, or you can be able to have your child be in a play area while you sit down and you breathe.
Yes. Yes.
Okay? At this
Mm.
point, you have no answers.
Mm.
So do not take questions. You have no answers.
Yeah.
When I found out I was pregnant with my daughter having Down syndrome,
Yes.
I told no one. I
Mm.
told no one. My husband knew because he was in the room. And I swear, if he was not in the room, I would not have said anything to him
Oh wow.
because I have no answers to the
Mm.
questions you're going to come to me with. And that alone for me
Yeah.
would have been too much.
Yeah.
So I was already having a difficult pregnancy. To tell people
Process.
on top of it that this child has Down syndrome, everyone's opinion is going to come, and then the questions, and like, no, this is not, no, it's between
Yeah.
me and God. I'm the one
Mm.
that's carrying this child. I have to talk to him and be in alignment with him and go forward with what he's saying to do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
those are some of the things that I would tell moms to do,
Mm.
and know that it's going to be good. I cannot stress that enough.
Yeah.
Love that you are going to experience by having an extra chromosome in your life,
Mm.
it's priceless. It's priceless.
Mm.
What you would experience this child coming into your life to do within your family,
Yes.
within your friend circle,
Mm.
is just so magnificent.
Mm.
It's magnificent. It's a wonder of the world because you see people who would normally be so closed off become open.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see people who would have a straight face smile.
Mm.
You will see random strangers all of a sudden start to peek and look and make happy faces while
Yeah.
you're out and about. You will receive joy in a
Mm.
way that you've never received joy before. And you can't get that anywhere other
Anywhere.
than from a Down syndrome child.
Yeah.
So go for it.
What's some of the myths about folks that's on or that's I should say have Down syndrome? And someone with Down syndrome, they consider part of the spectrum as well.
Well, some of them do have autism. So
Okay.
depending on the case,
Mm.
it varies kid to kid. So some
Okay.
of them can be on the spectrum, but
Mm.
we're still learning and discovering. So I don't have statistics in that
Okay.
area, but some
Mm.
of them do have autism. You
Yeah.
know, but some of the myths, as you were asking, is that they can't survive in society.
Yes.
And that is far from the truth.
Mm.
They are able to go to school. My daughter is in school.
Okay.
She's in third grade, which is mind
All right.
blowing.
Okay.
Okay. Um, she has friends. Like this afternoon, we're heading off to a birthday party
Yes.
for one of her kids, her friends from her therapy sessions where we go for therapy. We make friends everywhere.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we have a birthday party that we're going to this afternoon. So
Mm.
they lead normal, healthy lives within within their area,
Yes.
within their lives. It's their normal. Their normal does not look like your normal. Your normal
Right.
doesn't look like my normal. you know.
Mm.
So they thrive. They thrive very well. The myth that they can't learn and go into higher education and function and drive. One of
Yes.
the guys that we are awarding this year, and he's celebrating people in his life, he is 52 years old.
Okay. Nice.
He has his own apartment,
Yeah.
drives his own car.
Mm.
Down syndrome.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So they are normal, quote unquote, I hate to use that term, but regular folk.
Yeah. Understandable.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
I like how you brought that up because once again, I did my little digging and stuff like that,
Yes,
and there's a couple of folks, but there's a lot of folks that are actually famous,
yes.
and in the Hollywood world and fashion entertainment and so forth
Mhm.
that has Down syndrome. And I'm gonna call a few names you may or may not know, but just for the viewing audience or listening
Yes,
audience. So I'm gonna call a couple names like Jamie Brewer, actress known for her
yes,
role in American Horror Story.
yes,
We got Zach Gutters Gun. Hopefully I'm saying it correctly. Gutters Gun. Jen. Probably got Gotttsagn. Got Gutters Jen.
yes.
Actor who starred in Peanut Butter Falcon and was the first person
Great
with
movie.
Down
If
syndrome.
you've not seen that movie, please go look at that movie. Great movie.
Great movie. Peanut
Peanut butter.
Butter Falcon.
Yeah,
Falcon.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, first person with Down syndrome to present at the Oscars. Madeline Stewart, Australian model, recognized as the world's first professional model with Down
Beautiful.
syndrome.
Yes,
Mhm. You got Chris Brook, actor known for his role as Corky teacher in the television series Life Goes On. You
hmm,
got Chelsea Wagner, four-time U.S. national gymnastics. I can get my words together today.
I
Gymnastics
know.
in the Special Olympics and model. I mean, the list goes on. I
It
mean,
goes on.
yeah, these
Yes,
individuals have shattered stereotypes, demonstrating capability, capability, creativity, and intelligence in the respective fields. So,
yes.
to your point, you know, there's a lot of folks that are doing great things
A lot.
that has Down syndrome.
Yes, yes, yes. They're chefs, they're authors,
Yeah.
they're painters, sculptors. Like there is nothing,
Mm.
this community is not able to do.
Okay.
Really, really.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
All right. So tell us a little bit about Lillian. What a day is typically like. You know,
A
did she do
day,
chores?
uh,
We did an interview with Josie and DeAndre, a
yes,
mom and her son who has autism, and
autism.
one of
Yes,
the questions she usually asks, do they do chores and stuff? Like around the
yes,
house. What
yes.
does it living?
Okay,
Look
so she has older siblings who live with her,
like?
and
Okay.
they by no means see disability. Okay,
Yeah.
she's one of the gang, and
Mm,
they speak and they deal with her as such. All right. So when it's time to take out the trash, she would usually go and she will hold a bag or she will hold something.
okay.
When it's time to bring groceries in the house, she will have a
Yeah.
bag. So she does things. She is part of the family. You got to do something.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Fully wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from when I'm in the kitchen or her siblings are in the kitchen cooking, she
Mm,
would find herself there. More so when I'm cooking, she comes
okay. Okay.
and she wants to stir the pot. She wants to help with doing stuff. So yes, she does have little chores that she does. Pick up your
Okay.
toys, do your stuff. Clean up. You're grown enough now. You understand more. You're not getting away with stuff.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, she does do stuff like that.
Is she in a position to make her own meals and stuff like that?
Not yet. Developmentally, not as yet.
Okay.
But every day, a little bit something is coming out. Her speech is getting stronger every day.
Okay.
Um, and, as best as we can, we
Yeah.
just try to continue to introduce stuff and
Mm,
just have her exposed to things,
yeah. Yeah.
We've been going out because their sensory um, can be very much, especially when things are heightened, like her grades is heightened and stuff
Okay.
like that. So her sensory issues are a little bit more pronounced recently. So she'll
Yeah.
be blocking her ears, her eyes, the light, those things would be a little bit too much for her. And
Mm,
we have to be mindful of those things. So
okay.
when you see those situations happening, paying attention. One thing about becoming a special needs parent is that it makes you slow down.
Okay. Mm,
It gives you the scenic route of life.
okay. Okay.
And for you, as a parent, as
Mm,
siblings, people who are close to the person,
yes.
you want to see that as a positive thing
Okay. Mm,
because life has really gotten too fast paced.
yes.
We miss the simple things in life that are the most important things in life.
Mm.
So what we are able to do with Trinity is slow down
Okay.
because we have to pay attention to her. We stop and we listen.
Mm.
We stop and we observe. We pay attention even when she's not speaking so we can understand. If she begins to move in a different way, something is not right.
Yeah, some door.
Because
Okay.
we slow down, we can figure out she's no longer doing this, she's doing that. So maybe I need to look at that.
Mm.
So that's another for me a beauty. Some people see it not so beautiful,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's when they become frustrated. You have to see it as something beautiful, allowing you to slow down.
Mindset.
Yep,
Yeah,
all
mindset.
about it.
Yeah.
All about it.
What about personal care? Does she can she brush her teeth and stuff like
She's able to brush her teeth. We're
mm.
still potty training, but
Okay.
she's come a long way. She'll see when she needs to go to the bathroom, but we'll have to finish and clean her up just to make sure it's
Okay.
fully done properly.
Yes, yes.
So those little things, it takes a little longer for her, and
Mm.
most of the kids,
Yeah.
but you work with it. You work with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Trinity, what made you? Well, what made you come with it? What was the? I'm sure that was. Well, let me ask you this: how you came up with the name Trinity? Let me start with
So I didn't come up with the name. Her brother did.
that. Okay, fair enough.
And we were all in the room. And if you haven't been able to deduce by now, we're a very spiritual family,
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
also a very very proud Trini family. Okay,
Nice, nice.
not sure you can't see the Trini flag in the back of me, but there's a
Ah,
big Trini
hey, I picked the flag. Hey, I can't miss it. I picked the flag.
flag. There's a big Trini flag in the back there.
Yeah.
But when I was about to have her, they were had a C-section.
Okay.
So they were all in the room with me before being wheeled off into the operating room.
Yes.
And we were like, okay, so at that point we knew we were having a girl.
Yes.
So everyone was like, okay, what are we going to name this child? There were a few people in the room with me.
Yeah.
And what are we going to name this child? I always liked Lillian. So I said to
Lily.
them, she's going to be named Lillian.
Yeah.
And everyone was resounding. There's no way we're going to let you name this child Lillian. It's
Yeah.
too much of an old name. No, you're not. And they came down on me for Lillian. I'm
Mm.
like, really like you know,
You're a super Lily and you like that. Mm.
like I really like Lillian.
Yeah.
And then out of the corner, my son says her name is going to be Trinity,
Wow.
and it just, when the Matrix comes together,
Yeah, that is it.
it
That is it.
came together. I was like, that's it,
Yeah.
Trinity Lillian, La Trinity, La Trinidad. She's going to be the third of my kids. I knew I was not going to have any more children.
Yeah.
She rounded it off.
Right.
Everything in that moment made sense.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
is how she became Trinity Lillian La Foucade.
That makes sense.
Yes,
You mentioned Trinidad. Of course, you from Trinidad. I myself from Trinidad. And my mind went to a place where, as in the Caribbean especially, I'm not just say
yes,
Trinidad, but the Caribbean especially, we don't really, let's be honest, we don't really embrace, or maybe that's not educated enough about folks with Down syndrome, you
yes,
know? And it's something that we really don't talk much about,
yes,
people with disabilities. There's people that listen all around the world. Thankfully, of course, a huge listenership is from Trinidad. Or if someone from Trinidad right now may have know someone or may have someone with Down syndrome, what yeah, what advice would you give them in an environment like
yes.
that compared to
There
the
is
U.S.?
actually there is actually a really great organization, the Down Syndrome Network, the Down Syndrome Family Network. Get
Mm,
involved with them. If you're not already involved with them, get involved with them. They do a
okay.
lot of work. They have
Mm,
made, for the years that I have been following them, they have been making a lot of stride. They're putting in a lot of work to open doors and open resources for
mm,
children with Down syndrome in Trinidad. They host a fashion show every year, I think
mm,
maybe twice a year.
okay.
Lisa Fee is a big supporter of them, and
Mm,
her kaftans and her silk designs are always on showcase in their fashion show, and they are a network that I truly and highly recommend people get with. I
Okay.
have talks with some other agencies to support from my end to support Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad is home and will always be home. So there's no way I can be doing a See My Abilities Award in Texas and not say, how can I do this in Trinidad?
Okay. Great. Great.
So, supporting in any way, my door is always open. And anyone listening to us, today and when it's released, please, contact me. I'm easily able to be found on Facebook as Alicia Lovell. I'm sure Alonzo will put the links, and
Yes.
you feel
We'll be
free.
in this.
Um, feel free to contact me and chat with me. And I'm an open book. I'm willing to share my story with you, my journey with you. And
Yes.
if I know people in Trinidad or even other Caribbean islands I've been connecting with, definitely I will be happy to share the resources and information that I have. But
Mm.
there is a lot to be done, but there is also a lot that has been done.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that is a good thing.
Mm.
Sitting quiet is not what you should be doing. Sitting in
Okay.
a place of frustration, don't do
Mm.
that.
Yeah.
There is help out there. There is
Yes.
help out there. You may
Mm.
not see it. The local agencies may not be as supportive or as timely as
Yes.
I would get in the US, but
Mm.
there is help and there is support. And if there is none, we can find a way. They reach out to me. I might know someone who knows someone who knows someone.
Okay. Okay. But thank you so much, man. Thank
I
you so
want to
much.
say
Oh,
one thing to the
mm,
parents, and even the family members. Self care is very important at this time.
mm,
Learning to find your one thing that gives you an opportunity to breathe
mm.
is important. I've been chatting to a few people getting ready for World Down Syndrome Day, and I've been telling people that one of my self care um, is going out and getting me my Dunkin' Donuts drink and
Okay.
just being able to sit in my car and enjoy a drink.
Yeah.
Just breathe for 2 minutes. When I chat with my baristas at the store, they make me smile and laugh. They know the tone of my voice. So when they hear me on the speaker, they're like, "We got you. Come over to the window." And we
Yeah.
sit here. I introduced one of my baristas to some soursop and bay leaf tea recently, and she's loving it. She's
Okay.
loving it. So find your place and your way, to self care. And that self care does not have to cost a penny. It could
Mm.
just be you sitting down in your gallery saying hi, good afternoon to your neighbors passing.
Yes.
Or it could be you going to, what is that coffee place in Trinidad? I forgot the name of it. Or going to movie town, catching a movie. And if you
Yeah.
have other children, remember that you have other children.
Yeah.
Give them their time as well. Okay? Carve out 10 minutes, 10 minutes for each one of your children, where it's just
Mm.
you and them alone. And again,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to cost anything. It could be you taking them one at a time to go sit under the mango tree in the back of the house and eat a mango together.
Yeah.
Okay? We forget how to be simple. We
Mm.
forget how to be simple. So if there's anything to leave you with, that's one of the words that I want to leave you with, to remind you, take a moment for yourself, take a moment for your children, put God first in everything that you do. And if you
Yeah.
need me, you know how to find me.
Well, thanks so much for elaborating on that. Because it's a thought that came to my head, because like
Yeah,
in the U.S., of
yeah,
course, there's the Disability Act, so you have all these
yeah,
measures and programs and so forth. But also the U.S., yeah, I'm not sure, how that
yeah,
process actually works and stuff
yeah,
like that. So thank you so much for elaborating. You mentioned World October, not World, but Down Syndrome Month is October.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So what are the things that take place in October for folks,
A lot of
from
conferences. So
okay.
a lot of the conferences happen in October. A lot of the galas happen in October. For
Mm,
the US, that time of the year is a big gala time, and
mm,
people go out. A lot of the fundraising stuff happen at that time, which is one
okay.
of the reasons why I switched our awards to World Down Syndrome Day, because in World Down Syndrome Day, the main focus is wearing socks, right? wearing your
Okay.
crazy socks for World Down Syndrome Day. So if you guys haven't gotten your socks as yet, go get your crazy socks, put it on Saturday, and wear it proudly wherever you go, so that
So
people will ask you, "Why are you wearing those socks?"
yeah,
It's
I'm asking. So where you get the socks? Is this
yeah,
specific
I
socks?
mean, us in the US, well, there are some people who have socks. Next year, we will be having the See My Ability socks launched.
Okay.
People,
Okay.
individuals do have their own line of socks.
Okay.
You can get two mismatched socks at Walmart, you know,
Okay.
or get some crazy looking. They have the character socks that just get
Yes.
and it's usually the tall socks.
Mm.
So you get those socks and you wear it, and people would question, "Why are you wearing those socks?" And you tell them, "Hey, it's World Down Syndrome Day. Did you know that World Down Syndrome?"
Yeah.
So
Get it
it
now.
initiates conversation.
Gotcha.
So that is mainly in March. So that's why I said let me focus on March for the awards. That
Mm.
way it doesn't conflict. If I want to attend one of the big events in October,
Yes.
um, I'm going to be doing that. Even though this year in October, we're launching a school campaign
Mm.
in October.
Okay.
It's going to be called "You've Got a Friend in Me," where one of the things with awareness and inclusion is they have been doing a pretty okay job with children going to school and assimilating into the school campus, but
Yes.
they've been really focused on teaching the neurotypical children and teachers how to interact with our kids
Inclusion.
with special needs.
Yeah.
They're focused on having the kids with special needs try to fit in, but
Yeah.
it needs to go two ways.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
One hand doesn't clap.
Yeah.
So that's our focus with the "You've Got a Friend in Me" campaign. We are
Mm.
going to be having sessions where we visit schools and we show them, special need kids like to play soccer, they
Yeah.
like to they like to cook, they like to do math, they like to jump rope, they like to slide on slides. How
Mm.
many others like to do the same thing?
Yeah.
You've got a friend in me.
Brendan Lee.
We can play together. We can
Mm.
hang out together. So those are the little things just to remind people. So that campaign starts in October. That's the only additional thing we'll be doing.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we have two projects, one for March and one for October.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Makes sense. I'm loving the socks, man. I'm definitely
Yeah,
gonna put
get
on my
some.
mismatched socks,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, I didn't know. I thought it was like a specific socks you had to
No,
brand or
I mean
something.
you can choose to wear, but you can make your own bashment socks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, make your own bashment socks and have it tall up to your knee and
Yeah.
make it funky, get some nice little characters on it or something.
Mm.
Yeah. And put the Down syndrome awareness flag on it, and you're like supporting.
Yeah. I'll do some research when I get up
Yeah.
again. Enjoy research. Thanks for the. I don't want to say like I'm stealing nobody or biting off nobody ideas, but
No.
okay,
It's like bread. How many versions of bread do you see?
true. A lot.
There's a bread for everyone.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Okay.
make some bashment socks supporting Down syndrome awareness.
Gotcha. All right, guys. You guys heard that. So look up for the socks. Look up for the socks.
Yes.
All right. So this one of the podcasts is called 2000 Questions About Me. Well, I'm
Okay.
not gonna ask you 2000 questions,
Okay.
obviously.
I
The
was a
book,
little worried there.
yeah, it's kind of book that I bought a couple of
Yeah.
years ago, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna ask you to pick a number from 1 to 2000.
Mm-hmm.
So give me a number from 1 to 2000.
1,500.
Oh my goodness, you with these high numbers. 1500. All right. Boom, 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 boom. 1500. I just saw it. One five. Sorry, wrong page. One five. One five. There we go. 1500. Wait. All right. What is the most bizarre thing you have ever Googled? Now that's funny. I just mentioned Google. What is the what is the most bizarre
Everything.
thing you ever Googled?
bizarre thing I've ever. Oh, that one is hitting me. What
Mm.
have I Googled that's been crazy?
But you know,
I
sometimes. Oh, go ahead.
I don't think I've ever Googled a bizarre thing
Yeah,
because it's always I'm like always looking for something to cook or what am I researching?
yeah.
I
I mean,
don't think.
I can give you a bonus if that one is a bit
Yes,
challenging.
let's do a bonus.
You want to do a
Let's
bonus?
do
All right.
let's do 75.
75. All right. 75. Boom, 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 boom. 75. All right. Have you have you ever been professionally photographed? Have you
Yes,
ever been professionally photographed?
yes, I have, and I
See?
loved every bit of it.
Okay, okay.
Oh, it
You
was in New York City, in Manhattan, on the streets in Manhattan. It was
yes.
amazing.
Okay.
Yes.
What about Lillian? Has she have ever
No.
done
So
that?
when my photographer sees this, he's going to be shaking his head because
Yeah.
for years, he's been, Alicia, what are you waiting on? I'm ready. Like, what do you wait? The child is going to be 10. So
Yeah.
yeah, we have plans to do it for this year because she's going
Okay.
to be 10. I'm like, I cannot mess up and not do it. So
When,
God
when,
willing, that will be done.
when is her birthday?
October 16th.
Okay. Oh wow, wow.
Yes, yes.
Same month as
She was meant to be Down syndrome.
yeah.
She
Wow,
was meant. She's a
wow.
voice for real.
Well, there you go. You got to do the photo shoot and everything.
I do. I do. It's a done deal for this year.
All right, fair enough. All right,
Yeah.
at this point, man, I just want to open up the floor. Any last things you want to say, how folks can follow you, or any last messages or what have you before
Yeah.
we wrap up?
They can feel free to contact me on Facebook, on Instagram at underscore Alicia Natalie underscore. You can
Okay.
follow Trinity's journey at See My Ability on
Mm,
Instagram
okay.
and just reach out to us. Any one of those platforms, you can inbox, you can reach out directly, and we'll be able to chat. I'm
Yeah.
available on WhatsApp, but only when we get to know each other.
Yeah.
um, but yes, my door is open, my story is open. I'm an open book, and it's just each one teach one. If you know
Yeah.
something, you tell me about it. If I know something, I tell you about it. And
Yeah.
just remember, you didn't do anything wrong to become a parent to a special need kid. It's not
Mm,
your fault. You didn't sin all these sins, and God is punishing you. You're blessed.
yeah.
You're highly favored. You were chosen for
Yeah.
this role.
Mm,
So stand up in the greatness that He considers you to be and be proud and just authentically enjoy this journey because it's so rich and it's so beautiful once you let go and just let it do what it needs to do.
yeah. Yeah. Well said. Well, a small caveat,
Yes,
as folks may not know, of course, you were also the former manager of Anselm Douglas,
yes, I was.
and you also were the very first people when I started the podcast, officially,
Yes.
to give me some constructive criticism, which I took, and I would say that I really appreciate that. And of course, when you reached out, I never knew you had a daughter or a child
Yes.
with Down syndrome. So when you reached out, it was I'm really happy and thankful that you did because
Yes.
this conversation that needs to be had. And once again, folks in our community, a lot of times, we're not really educated about this, or we're not really, sure the right approach. To be honest with you, but I think
Mm-hmm.
it's a conversation that needs to be, continued, and folks need to educate themselves of
Yes.
people that's on the spectrum, and of course people
Yes.
that have Down syndrome and so forth. So
Yes.
yeah, with that, I just want to extend many thanks and appreciation for sharing your story and
My
being
pleasure. Thank you
active.
for having me. Thank you
Mhm.
for having this platform. It's so needed,
Yeah,
and it's important for us to share and for us to not only, especially as Caribbean people,
yeah,
it's not always about jam and wine. Okay,
yeah,
there are
mhm,
some other really important things we need to talk about and
yes,
share as Caribbean people. And these platforms, people like yourself and others, having this door open with you is such a blessing to all of us.
yeah,
And I appreciate when I saw your show on autism, I was so proud of you. I was so proud of that family and just, I was impressed. And we need more of our media personnel to do stuff like this, more of our podcasters to do things like this, so it can be introduced in their markets as well.
Yes.
There may be even some soca artists and entertainers who have children or family with special needs that we don't know about.
Yes. Yes. True. True.
So
Mhm.
it's really necessary for us to even look beyond soca and calypso, chutney and zest, you know, and dive into these sort of real conversations
Yes.
that allow people to learn and to be inspired and encouraged on their daily walks.
Yes. Yes. Well, thank you so much, man. Like I said, when I first started the podcast, it's something that has always envisioned. I believe in balance in everything you
Yes,
do.
yes, yes, yes.
Entertainment is one thing, but there's so much that goes on uh,
Mm-hmm.
in the Caribbean community that we
Yes,
really need to talk about. And I believe
yes,
each story is an opportunity for us to learn, you
yes,
know, from each other.
indeed.
So,
And I'm so proud of you. I told you this before, but I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of your development within your field, and there is so much more to come for your platform. It's going to expand beyond measure, and it's a privilege to watch from where I'm watching and seeing you do your thing. So
yeah.
congratulations.
Well, give thanks, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
yes,
All right. So, once again, man, we stay in touch and look out for my socks, man. My socks is coming
yes.
out. Yeah,
I'm
look out for my
excited. Yes, I'm excited for the Bashman socks.
socks. Okay, I keep that in mind.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Alicia Foucade. I'm messing
No,
up again.
La Foucade.
Laugh, oh my goodness. Laugh
Look
card.
at it. I know it trips everyone up here.
Well, you know what? Before we
Alicia.
end,
Yeah.
what is that? Is that French?
It's French Creole.
French Creole. Okay.
Yeah, it's French Creole. So it's, you have a lot of La Foucades in Santa Cruz and in the southern line of Trinidad.
Okay. Okay. Laugh
Yeah,
card.
yeah.
Nice.
We're
Nice.
just representing out here.
All right. Nice.
We're representing
Well,
out here.
Miss Alicia
Yes.
Lafacade,
And
female
I'm from
belly.
Lovell. My maiden name is Lovell, and I'm from the Cielto family. So I
Mm.
was a part. I'm Spanish, Coco Payol, from the
Wow.
Carib family in Arima. And then
Okay.
when I get married, and I'm in the French family of Santa Cruz.
Wow.
I'm
Well,
real mixed up.
before we, so you could sing parang?
Yes, that the I hello. My
Really?
cousin sang with Daisy Vonzé. We have parang bands. We're very instrumental in a lot of parang. Hollis Cielto was my uncle who was an MC at most of the Arima parang shows. He
Yeah.
worked with
Wow.
Oliver Tullier. Like that's a whole next
Wow.
conversation.
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother
Yes,
episode.
yes. My dad was a trumpeter for Gemini Brass, so
Really?
music is in
Oh.
my soul. Yes,
Mm, okay. Wow.
yes.
Wow. A lot of history. Wow.
A lot of history, a lot of history.
Yeah. Well,
Yes,
Miss Alicia, thank you so much.
yes. My pleasure.
All
Thank
right.
you for
Give.
having me.
Yes, ma'am.